Hello, and welcome to the Well-Read Monocle. I'm your host, and today we are delving into the dark, gritty, and surreal world of the Cipher by Kathe Koja. First published in 1991, this novel is often cited as a seminal work in the Splatterpunk genre, though it fits equally well into cosmic horror and weird fiction. It is a story about the void, not just the one gaping in a dark storage room, but the one existing inside us. It explores obsession, the disintegration of the self, and the terrifying allure of the unknown. In this video, I will walk you through the complete story of the Cipher, from its grim beginning to its horrific conclusion. So, settle in, and let us peer into the abyss. Part 1, The Discovery. The story is narrated by Nicholas, a failed poet and video store clerk living a dreary existence in a rundown apartment building. Nicholas is a man defined by his passivity. He drifts through life, taking the path of least resistance, tethered to a toxic, on-again off-again relationship with a woman named Nakota. Nakota is Nicholas's opposite, sharp, aggressive, and fiercely ambitious for experiences that transcend the mundane. It is Nakota who first discovers the anomaly. Down the hall from Nicholas's flat, inside a dusty, neglected storage room, lies a hole in the floor. It is roughly a foot in diameter, a perfect, pulsating black circle. They dub it the Funhole. It isn't just a hole, it feels alive. It emits a strange, sometimes humid, odor and seems to possess a depth that defies physics. While Nicholas is wary of it, Nakota is instantly mesmerized. She begins a series of experiments. First, they drop insects into the void. Later, she lowers a mouse on a fishing line. When they pull the mouse back up, it has been devastatingly altered. It is still alive, but its anatomy has been rearranged, limbs twisted, organs shifted, a grotesque mosaic of fur and flesh. The mouse eventually explodes in a spray of fluid, but the message is clear: the Funhole changes things. Part 2, The Process and the Video. Nakota's obsession intensifies. She believes the Funhole is a gateway, a transcursion point that offers a profound metamorphosis. She drags Nicholas along as her reluctant accomplice, convinced that he is somehow integral to the process. They decide to lower a camcorder into the hole to see what lies beneath. They steal a camera from the video store where Nicholas works. When they play the footage back, the results are deeply disturbing. For everyone else, Nakota, and later their friends, the tape shows nightmarish, shifting images. They see biomechanical horrors, alien landscapes, and visions that seem tailored to their own psyches. However, for Nicholas, the tape shows only static and a single, terrifying black shape, a silhouette that implies a presence watching him. It becomes evident that the Funhole is not just a passive pit, it reacts specifically to Nicholas. During a struggle near the hole, Nicholas is bitten by Nakota and his hand is injured. The wound on his palm does not heal. Instead, it becomes a smaller echo of the Funhole itself, a weeping, open sore that oozes a strange, amber-colored fluid. Part 3, The Catalyst. As Nicholas's hand festers, the dynamic shifts. Nakota realizes that the Funhole is dormant without Nicholas. He is the catalyst, the key that turns the lock. Word of the anomaly spreads. Nakota involves a local artist named Randy, a rough-edged metalworker, and his girlfriend, Venise. Randy creates metal sculptures to lower into the hole. When Nicholas touches these sculptures or is present when they are lowered, the metal melts and warps as if subjected to impossible heat, yet it remains cold to the touch. The Funhole begins to dominate their lives. Nicholas, sick and terrified, tries to distance himself. He quits his job and briefly attempts to hide at a friend's house, but the pull of the hole, and Nakota's relentless will, draws him back. He eventually moves his mattress into the hallway, and finally into the storage room itself, living beside the abyss like a guardian or a prisoner. The fluid from his hand begins to increase, coating his skin. It isn't blood, it's a transformative substance. Nicholas realizes he is changing. He is becoming less human, his body slowly dissolving or becoming transparency, as he describes it. Part 4, The Cult of the Funhole. The situation spirals out of control when Nakota brings in Malcolm, a pretentious and manipulative artist who views the Funhole as the ultimate avant-garde experience. Malcolm brings his sycophantic followers, turning the dark, private horror of the storage room into a spectacle. They treat Nicholas not as a person, but as a biological component of the machine. Nakota preaches her theory of transcursion, the idea that entering the hole will strip away the self and allow them to become something greater, something post-human. Nicholas, weak and deteriorating, hates them all. He sits by the hole, watching his own body liquefy and produce glowing, intricate patterns on his skin, patterns that match the runes found on the mutated insects. He realizes he is being eaten alive, not by a predator, but by the process itself. Tensions rise. The neighbors complain about the noise and the smell, a smell of roasting meat and flowers. Randy and Venice, the only two who seem to care for Nicholas's well-being, try to intervene, but they are pushed away by the fanaticism of Nakota and Malcolm. Part 5, The Climax. The narrative reaches its breaking point when Nakota decides she is done waiting. She no longer needs Nicholas's permission, she intends to enter the Funhole herself. She believes she is strong enough to survive the transcursion that Nicholas is too cowardly to embrace. The group breaks the lock on the storage room door. Nicholas, now barely mobile and covered in the strange fluid, barricades himself inside. He realizes that he cannot let Nakota in, not to save her, perhaps, but because the hole is his. It chose him. But Nakota forces her way in. She stands at the lip of the abyss, ready to jump, ready to claim the power she believes is her due. In a final, brutal act of possession and despair, Nicholas stops her. He lashes out, physically attacking her at the edge of the hole. The text describes him cutting her off literally, at the ankles. It is a moment of horrific violence. Nakota falls, bleeding out on the floor of the storage room, destroyed by the very thing she worshipped, or rather, by the guardian she tried to bypass. The aftermath is bleak and quiet. Malcolm, the arrogant artist, enters the room to find Nakota dead or dying. Nicholas, fully given over to the transformation, grabs Malcolm and forces his face into the Funhole. When Malcolm pulls back, his face is ruined, his features erased, his mouth replaced by a lipless, jagged maw like that of a deep-sea fish. He flees in terror. In the end, Nicholas is left alone in the dark. The police are coming, he can hear the commotion outside. But it no longer matters. He realizes the ultimate truth of the cipher: he was never just the key. He is the whole. The void outside and the void inside him have finally merged. As the transformative fluid covers him completely, Nicholas prepares to dissolve, to close the door from the inside, and vanish into the blackness of his own existence. The cipher is a bleak exploration of entropy. It suggests that if you stare long enough into the abyss, it doesn't just stare back, it moves in. That concludes our summary of the cipher by Kathe Koja. If you found this script helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe to the Well-Read Monocle for more deep dives into literary darkness. Thank you for listening.